there. I might just give it a minute or two to see if anyone else comes over. I've put a notification on my Instagram, but that doesn't mean anyone's going to see it because it's sort of late morning on a Sunday, so most people will be out and about not watching videos. But I've been to visit one of my friends this morning, and I didn't go expecting to buy anything, or I lie. I sort of thought I might buy one or two pieces. Now, as most of you are probably already aware, I'm actually destashing my house in preparation for a move. At this stage, I don't know when this move is going to take place, but as I knew I had a lot of stuff, I have started to destash. However, today I have come home with a lot more stuff that I'm going to have to destash. Why? Well, two reasons really. One, because some of these pieces I've found today are things that I have wanted since I was a child, and as soon as I saw them I had to have them. One of them I actually hugged. Isn't that ridiculous? So, just having a drink, guys. Sorry, I'm quite dry. I just stopped and got a soft drink on the way home because I'm just so excited. Honestly, I'm really excited. As I'm talking to you now, I'm pulling some pieces out. I've got an order in mind that I'd like to show them to you, because I think I want to show you from my least favourite to my most favourite. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But that's how I'm feeling at the moment. And yeah, I'm really excited about these pieces. So bear with me as I pull these things out to show you. They're not in any order yet, but that's what I'm doing. And as I said, I am so excited by these pieces, and I honestly think you guys might be excited by some of them too. Now, my biggest issue is, I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier in this video or not. I'm sorry, my brain's just going mental. I'm so excited by these pieces that I just don't know whether I'm Arthur or Martha. So yes, went to visit this friend, and when I got there, she had said to me, there are some pieces in the shop today that I think you will like. And I'm like, oh, I didn't, what is there, how much, what is it, how many items are there? I didn't really come. And she's like, you will be overjoyed with the items today. And I'm like, oh, okay, I trust you. She said, I've really learned to appreciate what it is that you like, and she said you are going to love some of these things, honestly. And she was right. And I actually she was surprised that I actually loved more pieces than she thought I would. Okay, so as I've gotten sidetracked again, haven't I? As I was going to explain, there's two main reasons why I've ended up bringing so many things home. Well, three actually. There's three. Okay, so one is that, as I mentioned earlier, a couple of the things are things that I've wanted since I was a kid. And I know, I'm sorry guys, you guys are looking at nothing. I'll put this there for you to look at. I didn't buy this. I've got no use for this. but it was in the bag. So if anyone can use a little baby's hat, it looks like it's very clean looking, and I can launder it again for you if you like. Oh, look, there's actually a peg mark there on it, so it's been laundered recently. It does smell clean, but I'm happy to launder it again. If anyone can use this, I'm happy to send it to you if you pay for postage. It's an Anko brand, so what's that? Kmart, I think. Is that Kmart or Aldi? I can't remember. I think it's Kmart. So yeah, if anyone would like that, I can slip that in a thing for you, because I've got no use for that. Yeah, so I've gotten distracted again, sorry. So yeah, the reasons why I've come home with so many things. One is because I just fell in love with them, and they're things that I wanted since I was a kid, and honestly thought I'd never end up with a couple of these items. So when I saw them, I had to have them. Mind you, it's very unlikely that I will be able to take them with me when I move. I hope I can, but if I don't, I will have to put them out there for you guys to be available. The next reason is because when I go, I'm actually looking for things for family members. So my dad collects chairs, vintage chairs, and he strips them and redoes them. He either puts new upholstery on them, or he re-lacquers them, or sometimes he paints them vibrant, happy colours and, funky things. So I always go and look to see if there's anything down there in the furniture for Dad. My son has been collecting vintage linens, vintage tea towels and vintage tablecloths with Australiana theme that he can frame and hang in his men's shed. So I was actually really excited about that. So I've been helping him out with that. I'm happy to do that for him. And he actually came by yesterday and was quite stoked with what I had for him. So I'm always looking out for stuff for him. And my daughter collects, at the moment, she's into real kitsch, retro kitsch homewares that are mainly fruit based, so ceramic apples and citrus and framed pictures of kitschy fruit and wooden, vintage wooden bowls and things like that. So I'm always looking out for things for her. And my son-in-law is now into vintage wear, vintage menswear. So he's been collecting. My son used to collect these things actually, so I was able to send some of his that he didn't want anymore. But he's been collecting vintage ties from the 70s, cufflinks from the 70s, clothing if I can find it in his size, ties, cufflinks. What else have I been buying him? Oh, things like suspenders, handkerchiefs. He loves the old handkerchiefs. You can probably hear my big rustling bag as I'm pulling things out of it to show you. I should have prepared before I started the video, but I was so excited I couldn't wait to get on here to tell you about all this stuff. So, I'm nearly there, guys. I'm nearly there. Bear with me. I'm not sure which piece to start with because I'm just so bloody excited. Okay, I'll start with the piece of fabric I bought. I only bought one piece of fabric. Well, technically I didn't, but I did. And I'll explain later why, if I remember. Okay, so I got a bit of fabric, bit of vintage fabric. It's a nice colour. I'm just taking the lucky bands off it and I'll put them in that bag so they're not hanging around. So I've got this. This is one of the fabrics that I can never remember the darn name of it. It's a little bit like a viola, but it's not. I think it's cotton, and it's a beautiful weave. Can you see that? Well, I don't know if I can zoom in, if it will give you a better view. See the ridges in it? So it's a textured fabric, and these ones always remind me of Viola. And Viola is a wool fabric, and it's a lightweight wearable wool, and it looks a lot like this. So these ones always remind me of Viola. I don't think this is Viola. There's no markings on it anywhere. No stamping, no you know, what are they called? Nothing in the selvage. It looks like, I'm just trying to see how wide it is, because if it's only narrow, if it's about 90 centimetres, it tells me it's older than 1970s, and this is 90 centimetres. I've just measured it. So pretty sure from memory